After the most dreadful week in American history, our national pastime has returned. Tonight, the Angels come back to face baseball's best team, the Seattle Mariners, in what is now merely a distraction from the tragedies that occurred a week ago today. Here in Seattle and around the country, Major League Baseball has taken steps to ensure that the games that are taking place both yesterday and today will forever be remembered by those watching tonight.
Aki, Ichiro Suzuki, these
that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please remain standing. Gentlemen, remove your caps as the colors for tonight's game are presented by the United States Marine Corps. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we ask you now to remain standing and join us in a moment of silence as we honor the men and women who lost their lives in the tragic events that struck the United States 1 week ago today, and also for the University of Washington tourists and flight crew who perished in Mexico last Wednesday. Thank you. Now we ask that you let your voices be heard and join in the singing of God Bless America and our national anthem as performed by the Gospel Outreach Youth School Choir from Olympia.
Beside her and guide her through the night with
Safeco Field, City host, Bonnie.
The emotional high of a baseball game rarely comes before the first pitch, but I believe that will be the case tonight. Hi, everybody. Steve Physiak along with Rex Hudler. President George Bush said just yesterday it's time to go back to work. So for Major League Baseball here in Seattle, Washington, the Mariners and the Angels will play for the first time since that terrible tragedy in New York City and Washington, D.C. 1 week ago today. And Rex, we were on the field in the clubhouse with both the Mariners and the Angels, a very somber mood, but they know it is time to go back to work.
That's right, Steve. They know their importance, and it not only is to each team and their cities, but it's to be an American and to go out and battle and fight and try to entertain these people the best way they possibly can and be as competitive as they can, even though they're emotional just like we are. What a nice opening ceremony tonight, and you see Pat Gillick.
Pat Gillick, the general manager of the Seattle Mariners, and so many tears flowing and people choking back those tears with the memories that took place 1 week ago. Well, we talked with the Angels skipper Mike Scioscia about the emotions, the feelings that he would have when he heard the national anthem played for the first time tonight in Seattle.
The national anthem is definitely a moment of reflection every day in our lives as a baseball player, and even so more so now. And I think that when the anthem's played, I think you'll see guys take notice of it more. And we're all proud to be have the freedoms and liberties we have in this country. We're proud to be an American, and with that goes responsibility also. And I think that national anthem is a reminder of all of that.
This past week has been baseball's longest layoff since World War I. 6 days and 91 games. Tonight, the national pastime plays for national pride. And talking with so many of the Angels and the Mariners today, well, it was like talking to Tim Salmon, who said, you know, I'm not only a baseball player, but I'm a husband and a father and a citizen of this great country. And the feelings that he has going through the last week, he knows it was going to take a while for him to get the feeling back of playing baseball with the same kind of passion after the shocking news that came from New York City and Washington, D.C., but he knows that it is time to go back to work, and when that umpire shouts out play ball, the Angels, the Mariners, both will be ready to do that. Let's listen to the Angels right fielder Tim Salmon as he talks about returning to work for the first time since the Washington, D.C. and New York City tragedy.
Colin Powell said, today about people going back to work, and we're part of that, and we're part of the fabric of society that kind of brings some normalcy back to life, and so it will be important to get us back playing, but at the right time.
And again, baseball took the 6 days off. They missed the 91 games. Tim Salmon and his Angels ready to take on the Seattle Mariners to finish out the year 2001. For Seattle, it has been a magical season. The M's remain on pace to match the Chicago Cubs' Major League record of 116 wins in 1906. There's Lou Piniella, as the Mariners had 104 wins this year and just 40 defeats. The Angels with a record of 73-71, improving much of the year after a very sluggish beginning. But they know the Mariners and the Angels ready to play the beginning of this series, so let's take a look at the Anaheim Angels starting lineup. Leading off, the center fielder Darren Erstad. Batting second, shortstop David Eckstein. Hitting third, the left fielder Garrett Anderson. Batting fourth, the third baseman Troy Gloss. Hitting fifth, the first baseman Scott Spezio. The right fielder Tim Salmon will bat sixth. Hitting seventh, the designated hitter Adam Kennedy. Batting eighth, the catcher Benji Molina. And batting ninth, the second baseman Jose Nieves. And how about the starting pitcher for the Seattle Mariners? Rex, he is a guy who has caused the Angels a lot of problems this year.
Freddy Garcia. Against the Angels this year, he's been nearly perfect. Only 2 earned runs in 31 2/3 innings. They're going to have to find some way to get to Garcia. He's got a fastball that he moves from both sides of the plate, 4-seamer, 2-seamer. Nice curveball and a changeup that's devastating. He'll throw that pitch 6 times in a row, and the Angels still can't hit it. But they're going to do the best they can to pick out the mistake and get it off of this fine young right-hander who leads the league in the ERA at 2.98. It's been very impressive what he's done this season. Held the opponent's batting averages down to 229. Freddy Garcia has matured into one of the best pitchers in the American League.
And he is such a young guy. I mean, does not turn 25 until October 6th. 6'4", 235, and with a free, easy delivery. He's from Caracas, Venezuela, acquired with John Halama and Carlos Guillen in the Randy Johnson deal 2 years ago. Here's Darren Erstad, and Erstad told us before the ball game, if he comes first pitch fastball in the strike zone, I'm swinging. And Darren is usually very patient to start the game.
2 for 21 lifetime against Freddy.
This Angels lineup batting just 168 in their career against Garcia.
That's just because he has command of all 3 pitches. And Erstad knows that you got to hit the first good fastball you see. You don't want to get to his other pitches. That's the changeup and the curve. But so far, Freddy's a little bit off balance. Erstad's been patient, worked the count to 3-0.
There is strike one. Well, I would imagine the emotion and the nervousness and the fact that he has had 7 days off might have something to do with his early wildness, because he was right on target against the Angels, shutting them out for 8 innings a week ago Monday. And he gets strike 2 in there too, Darren Erstad, and now the count is full, 3-2.
Well, the layoff, you know, it definitely hurts you as far as the timing goes, pitching and hitting. But Freddy, he's got that confidence as being the top ERA leader in the American League, going with him here.
Erstad may have gone after ball 4, but protecting the play with 2 strikes, fouling it off. It stays 3-2.
Erstad's seeing 6 pitches. That's the first time he swung. He looked a little stiff. And you take that many pitches in a row without swinging, you're not gauged. You have not gauged yourself in the game yet. Now he took a swing. He feels a little more comfortable. We'll see if Garcia is going to just go ahead and challenge him first time around with a fastball. Wilson has the changeup sign down.
And it is changeup and a beauty. Strike 3 of Darren Erstad. Seattle not only is #1 in pitching, #1 in offense, they're #1 in defense as well. Javier, Cameron, and Ichiro left to right. Olerud, Boone, Guillen, and McLemore first to third, and Dan Wilson, very underrated, will catch Freddy Garcia.
I mean, just what a unbelievable at bat. Erstad put on a good AB, but Freddy with the confidence in his changeup, you can see where he ranks among the best there. But you know, that was a real nice at bat. Here's Pedro Martinez, Tim Hudson, and Freddy Garcia, who's right there with the best winning percentage past 2 seasons.
Eckstein gets a piece of it, rolls it back to Garcia, and 2 quick outs here at Safeco Field. Angels fans, you can win a bag full of Angels gear simply by picking which Angel will come up with the team's 9th hit tonight. Just log on to kcal.com, click over to sports, and enter to Toyota's 9th hit online contest. You can get complete rules on the website.
Going to be tough to try to guess who's going to get 9 hits off Freddy Garcia tonight.
Yeah, like we talked about, I mean, this team has really suffered. Only 2 runs in 31 2/3 innings this entire season. Garcia 4-0 against the Angels, and at 96 he throws a fastball by a great fastball hitter in Garrett Anderson.
Garcia is their big gun, and they're counting on him to be the leader. Finish up this season and get into postseason if we ever get that far. It was an unbelievable open as the anthems, God Bless America, Amazing Grace. You could see how emotional the people were, and now we're back at it. And the Angels have the tough task to try to hit Freddy Garcia.
Well, what a wonderful job by the national anthem by Olympia, Washington's Gospel Outreach Youth School Choir. They were wonderful in God Bless America and the Star Spangled Banner. Again, the off speed. 2 strikeouts in the first for Garcia. He continues his domination of the Angels. In a wonderful ceremony before this ball game, the Mariners and Angels play ball again.
Looking for something fresh? Start with McDonald's New Taste menu. It's full of fresh new tastes like our 3 toasted sourdough sandwiches. Feeling famished in the AM? Chow down on our breakfast sourdough sandwich with the bacon, egg, and cheese you crave. After breakfast, try our sourdough supreme burger smothered in grilled onions and smoked cheddar. Or our sourdough crispy chicken sandwich with crisp lettuce, tomato, and cheese. Hey, if you want toasted new tastes, our sourdough's good to go. Because when it's gotta be fast and it's gotta be good, it's gotta be McDonald's. We love to see you smile.
Reinvented Camry. One look and you're going to want one.
Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza.
Order a large 2-topping pizza for $9.99 and get a second large 2-topping for just $4.99.
You're watching KCAL TV, Channel 9, Los Angeles.
Angels baseball is brought to you by Dodge Different. See your friendly Southern California Dodge dealer today. By Carl's Jr. Without a Some Guys Would star. By Southern California Edison, who reminds you to please use energy wisely this summer. By the Home Depot, proud sponsor of the Angels. By Nissan, driven. And by Pac Bell from the SBC Global Network. We're on it. Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler with you at Safeco Field in Seattle, Washington. First game of this series between the Angels and the first place Seattle Mariners. The Angels come in at 73 and 71, 31 games behind the Mariners at 104 and 40. And here is Ramon Ortiz already with a career high 12 wins.
And 28 starts. This has been a big maturing year for Ortiz.
Ichiro hits it off his backside. Gloss has no chance to get Suzuki, and that is the 218th hit for Ichiro this year.
Wow. Right out of the chute. First pitch right off of Ortiz's backside. We'll see. Fastball all over the middle. He turned just in time. Nothing you can do is just try to turn away from it. And as a fielder and Gloss picking up the ball, there's no chance. Whenever it hits the pitcher, you really don't have a chance to field him and throw him out.
Well, the Angels are one team that has really held Ichiro in check this year. Matter of fact, Suzuki only a .259 hitter against the Angels, his lowest total against any other ball club, and he went 0 for 4 against the Angels in Anaheim last Monday.
He can steal bases, 47 bags, been caught 14 times. He's aggressive. Ortiz, he'll have to really be careful with his stride. He can Be 1.2 to 1.3 seconds by the time he breaks his hands and gets the ball to Molina's glove.
This Mariners ball club doesn't have very many weaknesses, and one of their strengths, speed. They have 3 players who have 30 or more stolen bases. McLemore is another of them.
Ortiz has a fastball that he can run away from the left-handed batters, a nice slider, and a changeup. Those are the 3 pitches he uses. And Mark McLemore, in my opinion, has been one of the most valuable players for Lou Piniella. He's able to play a lot of different positions and play them well.
McLemore to right field, but right at Tim Salmon. And that is the first out of the bottom of the first inning. Now the Mariners batting order, you saw Ichiro and McLemore, but batting third in this lineup will be Brett Boone. In the 4th position, Edgar Martinez, then John Olerud, Mike Cameron, Stan Javier, Dan Wilson, and Carlos Guillen, and the leader, Sweet Lou Piniella, 52 years old, out of Tampa, Florida. 9th manager in Seattle history. Well, here's Brett Boone having a career year by far. And he takes strike 1. I mean, Boone is hitting .329 with 35 home runs. And check out the RBIs. 2nd in the American League to Juan Gonzalez, who has 138.
So Ortiz is a fastball pitcher. His heater gets up there around 94 miles an hour. He's facing a fastball hitting team in the Mariners. But he wants to go after Boone right here with fastballs to cut down the time that Ichiro might have to steal second base. It's one of the reasons Boone has flourished. You get some good hitters in front of you that can run, you're going to see more fastballs.
Well, Lou Piniella has said Ichiro is the key to their whole lineup. It gave them balance, and to have a true leadoff guy like this has been unbelievable for their offense.
Look at Boone with his open stance. He sees the ball with both eyes.
On the outside corner, a beauty, and Ortiz gets his first K of the night.
And he just saw that one. Right on the outside corner, blazing in there. Here it is, Boone. Can't do anything with that outside corner and painted. Right on the outside.
Now Edgar Martinez. And boy, Ortiz making it tough on Ichiro. He had a dive back into first base.
Edgar having another solid year. They just keep him healthy. He had 1 stint on the DL this year in early August.
Another close play. Edgar, another 100-plus RBI season, 106. He's right behind the Angels' Garrett Anderson in the top 10. Garrett in 7th, Edgar in 8th. Ground ball up the middle. Eckstein right there gets it to the second baseman, Jose Nieves, and that is the final out of the first inning. We go to number 2. Scoreless in Seattle.
What good is beauty if it's only skin deep? Camry, reinvented so it's sleeker, faster, roomier, better. You're going to want one. See your local Toyota dealer.
Come on, spinners! Hup!
The spinning craze is big, but what's even bigger
Come on, spinners!
is the big spinning
Come on,
craze.
scratch it and scratch it and celebrate and celebrate.
The improved Big Spin Scratchers from the California Lottery.
Yes! Come on, scratch it and scratch it. Take it left and scratch. And celebrate and celebrate. Yes!
There's $17 million in instant prizes of $25 or more.
Count that money. Count that money. Feel the burn.
Plus a chance to spin for $3 million on TV.
Woo!
A Ford Leadership Drive is on. Last year, your Ford dealer had 5 of the 10 best-selling vehicles in America, and he wants more. That's why now's the time to get great cashbacks, like $1,250 on Focus, $2,000 on Mustang, and the 2001 Explorer, $2,500 on Ranger, Expedition, and the F-150. Whatever you're looking at, that's a lot of cash that could go right toward your down payment. So get to the Ford Leadership Drive today.
Top of the second inning here at Safeco Field in Seattle, Washington. The Anaheim Angels and the Seattle Mariners, and we have secondary audio program. So if you march over to that, you can listen to Jose Tolentino and Ivan Lara on Spanish radio XPRS 1090 AM. Safeco Field has been awash in the colors red, white, and blue, showing their patriotism and support of their country.
And that's what's exciting to see. These people have been eat up with Mariner baseball all summer, but to come here and see them all with American flags and putting those colors out ahead of the Mariners is impressive.
Rex, back in Southern California, we visited stores trying to get flags for our jackets and couldn't find any, so we came up here in Seattle. We went to about 3 drugstores today and 5 and dime stores, and we couldn't find one flag because they were all sold out. Finally, Ken Hignan, equipment manager, who just does a great job for the Angels, came up with a couple of decals for us to pin on our lapels. And on the English side, of course, if you're out and about, listen to Darren Sutton and Mario Impemba. They're great guys. And listen on KLAC 570 AM. Both came in and said, hey, good luck tonight, because they knew what an emotional time this has been for the entire country, and as you get ready to go back to work. Freddy Garcia fires that fastball right by Troy Gloss, and the count is even, 2-2. Gloss with power, 38 home runs, and Garcia, of course, with power as well, with that 95, 96 mile-an-hour fastball.
Doesn't look like the layoff is.
Oh, they ring him up, Hud.
Yep, they did.
Tim Timmons at first base calls Gloss out. That's the 3rd strikeout for Garcia.
Well, Gloss is saying to himself right now, he doesn't need any help. Get some help. Look at that. He might have went across there, as the bat head went across the plate barely. Hard to see. But when you're cruising like Freddy Garcia is, you're going to get more favorable calls.
Well, I just can't believe how he gives up 3 runs per game, Hud. I mean, I know he's leading the American League in earned run average at 2.98. I just don't know how you score off him, because we haven't seen him give up runs at all this year against the Angels.
Like talking to the Angels before the game, they said, hey, look, he's due to give it up. That's the only positive we can gain. We'll look for something out over the plate and zone him. Put him in a particular zone and try to hit it. It's that changeup that's the one that's the deceptive pitch. He'll go with the 95, 96 mile-an-hour fastball, and you have to look that fastball as a hitter. And then he throws the changeup. It darts right under your bat, and it comes out of the same arm action as the fastball.
And did Darren Erstad tell us that he's much more effective from the full windup than from the stretch?
Says he seems like he gets a little more oomph on the ball when he has his full windup than he does the stretch.
The Angels just haven't seen him from the stretch that often because they haven't had very many base runners this year against him.
That's right.
You shut him out twice.
But you have to find some positive way to think if you're going to have any success off him. You know he's good. You can't throw the towel in. You're a competitor. You're going to go out and try to compete with him the best way you can. Now he gives up a walk to Spezio.
Groups of 25 or more can get half-price tickets on selected game dates. Fundraising opportunities are also available, as well as scoreboard recognition, pre-game parties, meals, and party suite packages. Call 714-940-2074 for more information. Now, Tim Salmon. Tim has been swinging the bat well of late.
Salmon, he's got 4 hits and 12 at-bats off of Freddy Garcia in his career. Let's see how Salmon's improved in the month of September.
And there's that slide step you're talking about where Erstad says but the finish on his pitches is not as dramatic as it is full windup.
Yeah, he just lacks that little extra, but still he's very successful at retiring batters because he has command of 3 pitches. Spezio is not much of a stolen base threat.
Salmon swings and misses, 1 ball and 1 strike.
But you know, Spezio can do it. He's got 5 stolen bases this year. Caught twice. Ron Renicky flashing those magic signs down, hoping that Salmon can get the good part of the bat on it. It's a big, spacious outfield here, a pitcher's ballpark. Something Lou Pinella's been wanting for years and finally got it.
And probably more so tonight because it's a cool, wet air. We are very near the Pacific Ocean, and they've got the fog rolling in again. But as you've told me before, on a Sunday afternoon, 1 o'clock in the middle of the summer, the ball will carry a bit more. Outside, 2-1.
Some of the hitters said they would be more aggressive off of Garcia, swing at the first fastballs, and then other hitters said they'll be patient. And we've seen both. Salmon's been patient in this at-bat, and so was Darren Erstad in his first.
Spezio goes, and Salmon fouls it off. Now the count goes 2-2. Garcia has struck out 3 of the first 5 Angels that he's faced in this ball game.
Scott Spezio, like I mentioned, he's not just a flat-out base stealer, but he's a situational guy where he can run on the pitch just like he did there. Mike Scioscia, he's shown the ability to hit and run and hit, try to mix things up, and he knows he has to try to produce some runs off of Garcia.
Garcia with the 2-2. Salmon takes outside. And if you were wondering where the American flags are on the Mariners and Angels caps, well, those emblems just did not arrive from New York City. The emblems that they stapled and stitched to their jerseys did arrive, but the ones for the caps did not.
3-2 count.
And there is ball 4, so back-to-back walks to Spezio, now Tim Salmon, and the Angels have something going in the second inning. 2 on with only 1 out, and the left-hander Adam Kennedy coming up. And Freddy Garcia was saying he was a little bit torn on whether he would wear a new cap with the American flag on the back, because he said this is the lucky cap he has worn all year long. He went around in the locker room today with a New York Police Department cap on and a T-shirt for the New York Fire Department, but he said, I am a superstitious guy, and this has been a very successful cap this year.
But that NYPD made it on the back there as he wrote it on. Now the Angels being patient, making him throw a lot of pitches. Up to Kennedy.
Adam Kennedy has been slumping a bit in the month of September. Just 9 hits in his last 52 at bats. He's dropped 14 points in the batting average from 294 to 280. Kennedy swings and misses 1-1.
Kennedy was another one of the Angel players telling me that you have to look fastball, but you know the changeup's coming. And it's just so hard to try to hit that pitch when it comes out of the same arm slot as his 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
Adam said Freddie threw him 9 consecutive changeups. He's got Spezio and Salmon on the base pass with 1 out. 2-1. 9 straight changeups. Has that ever happened to you, Hud?
Heck, I was out after the 3rd one. Are you kidding? I never gave him a chance to get that many. But you know, he's a special pitcher, but how you do it now is you wait it out. They're waiting him out. Freddie's relying on the fact that they're going to swing out of the strike zone, and they're not doing it. So they might be trying to find a kink in his armor here. Now Guillen comes in from shortstop. There's a smile from Ortiz. But Guillen's come in, Boone's come in during this inning to talk to Freddy Garcia. He's not working at his normal pace.
Wilson scrambling the signs with Spezio, a veteran, at second base. Adams swings and grounds it foul. Now the count evens 2-2. But you're right, it seems like Freddie is working a little slower in between pitches than he did 8 days ago when he beat the Angels 5-1 and shut them out for 8 innings. He has gone down. I mean, even in the '99 season, he had his most wins 17. Last year, 3.91. But remember, he had a hairline fracture in his right leg and was out from mid-April to July, leading the American League now in 2001. Kennedy rips it high and deep, but foul.
Jamie Moyer was telling me how Freddy Garcia, when he walked in the clubhouse, he had all this potential, and he was a very good pitcher then. But now he's learned how to control his emotions. He's learning how to pitch, and he's a very good one. He's hitting his spots, and he has command and confidence.
There's Jamie Moore. He has to be a help to every single young pitcher on the staff.
Absolutely. I congratulated him on his strong finish in his career. He's still got some time left, but I mean, they counted him washed up 6-7 years ago.
Remember, it was the age of 29. He's 38 now. At the age of 29, the Chicago Cubs tried to talk him into becoming a coach. I said, no, I think I'm going to give the game a little longer.
He's a beauty, but here's a guy here who says when they clinch the division, there won't be a lot of joy in his heart. He just says it's real tough for him. He's going to face the Angels tomorrow. He said that if by chance they beat the Angels tonight and Oakland loses, they'll clinch. And he said you won't see a lot of celebration.
And Garcia strikes out Adam Kennedy, his 4th strikeout of the 5 Angels that he has faced.
Well, this time it's the big curve. Starts up high, looks like it's a good hit and pitch, and then it just drops out, falls down at your ankles.
Now Benji Molina. Benji has been the Angels' hottest hitter the last month, hitting .421. Going through that one stretch where he had 9 consecutive hits. In the air, right field. This should do it. Ichiro under it. Makes the catch, and the Angels threaten but do not score. Scoreless in Seattle.
Reinvented Camry. One look, and you're going to want one.
Looking for something fresh? Start with McDonald's new taste menu. It's full of fresh new tastes like our 3 toasted sourdough sandwiches. Feeling famished in the AM? Chow down on our breakfast sourdough sandwich with the bacon, egg, and cheese you crave. After breakfast, try our sourdough supreme burger smothered in grilled onions and smoked cheddar. Or our sourdough crispy chicken sandwich with crisp lettuce, tomato, and cheese. Hey, if you want toasted new tastes, our sourdough's good to go. Because when it's gotta be fast and it's gotta be good, it's gotta be McDonald's. We love to see you smile.
Lincoln Navigator. It chews up narrow, rugged roads and spits them out. In a refined, elegant way, of course. And now at the Lincoln Invitational, get 0.0% financing on every single 2001 Lincoln. Plus, Lincoln will pay your first month's payment when you buy or lease. The Navigator from Lincoln.
Angels Baseball is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Buy or lease today. We make it easy. By McDonald's. We love to see you smile. And by Canon. Giving people know-how. Canon know-how. Again, a lot of red, white, and blue in the Pacific Northwest. They come back and watch baseball for the first time in a week. The first place Mariners at 104-40 remain on pace to match the Cubs' major league record of 116 wins. In 1906, the Cubs were 110-34 after 144 games, but they only had 8 games to go because back then they played 10 fewer games, 152 games in a season. Then they moved it up to 154, and then, of course, in the early 60s to 162. Here's Ortiz going against John Olerud.
Olerud 0 for 5 career against Ortiz, but he's a real quiet hitter, and he's got a quiet personality too, but he's a leader by example. He's got soft hands. He's able to make contact all around the field. He's got some power. 17 home runs, 81 driven in.
And another one of the Mariners who came home, like Aaron Seeley and Tom Lampkin. and John Olerud, who went to Washington State. There's a ground ball. Kennedy knocks it down, or Nieves knocks it down, but he does not have a chance to get Olerud, who has a base hit. So back-to-back innings of leadoff hits by Ichiro and now Olerud.
Nieves does a nice job, just doesn't stay in his glove. Popped out. Now his scramble to recover, couldn't do it. He still had a chance at Olerud. Doesn't run that fast, but it's a good try.
And now the Mariners will send a guy to the plate who does run real fast. Mike Cameron. And he's another guy who's having a career year. Never in his past has he had this number of RBIs, 97. There's a 10-game hitting streak. Had a couple of hits in his last game against the Angels, and Ortiz drops one in the outside corner at 84 miles an hour, off speed.
Cameron's grounded into a double play 10 times this year. Sometimes it doesn't matter how fast you are. You hit the ball right on the screws, right at somebody, you're going to get doubled up. He's been hitting liners all year. Nice numbers, Cameron.
And the Angels, Rex, with a middle infield of a guy who is a natural shortstop playing second base and a guy who is a natural second baseman playing shortstop. Eckstein, the shortstop, and Nieves tonight, the second baseman.
And since Nieves and Eckstein haven't worked that much together all year, there's a lot of communication involved there, and they have to. You have to know ahead of time, know who's covering. There's the closed mouth, that means me. Nieves is covering. There's always communication, and as an infielder, you must know a pitch or two before what you're going to do. You have to always be thinking, know how many outs there are, where the ball, and they're still talking to each other. Communication is important in every walk of life, especially baseball.
And I think that's one of the important things of having an Eckstein on the infield. Even though he's a rookie, he is very instinctive baseball player. There's a chopper hit to Gloss. They've got a chance for two. Detroit throws it away into right field. And you cannot give this Mariner team extra outs, and the Angels gave them two right there.
Well, by the looks of Gloss, it looked like he was just trying to get one out. Maybe he didn't know how many outs there were. I don't know. Let's see, though. He just kind of goosed it. I don't think he had a grip on the ball. It looked like the ball got deep in his palm, and sometimes you're not able to give an accurate throw when that happens.
So instead of two outs, there's runners in the corners and nobody out. Olerud reaching on the infield hit. Ortiz making the pitches. But Nieves could not come up with a ground ball headed towards right field, although he made a valiant effort. And Cameron, it looked like a 5-4-3 double play. Now Stan Javier. Javier sends a ground ball to third. Gloss is coming home. They've got Olerud locked up. And John is tagged out. So that helps. One out and still runners at first and second base after the ground out by Javier.
Well, when you're a base runner here and the ball's hit, you're either going hard or you're staying home. Olerud wasn't sure. He took one step back and knew Gloss was on the base. So he just got in a rundown. And the key is to try to stay in the rundown long enough to get the runners to advance, but he couldn't do it, as the Angels were too good with their relay throws.
Mike Scioscia has to be pleased with the pitches Ramon Ortiz has thrown, particularly in this jam. Good pitch there to Javier that he could do little with.
Well, Bud Black said that he's going to try to get Ortiz to mix his pitches more, and when he gets in trouble, he's going to off-speed pitches. He's going to that curve.
Now Dan Wilson.
Ortiz throws a slider, not a curve. Fastball, slider, changeup are his pitches. Blackie says when he gets in trouble, he's going to go to more off-speed pitches. That's the one he threw Javier.
The speed of the last pitch on the Pac Bell speed gun was 93 miles per hour. So Ortiz going back-to-back fastballs, one in the zone, one out, one at 94, one at 93. 1-1. While Garcia has never lost to the Angels this year, Ortiz has not won. He is 0-2 this year, losing 5-0 in Seattle and 5-3 at home on June 30th, each time giving up 5 runs.
Dan Wilson, tremendous signal caller. He's their #1 catcher. They have another good one in Tom Lampkin, who's a left-handed hitter, and they also called up Pat Borders, a veteran catcher and a former MVP of the World Series, to help the catching department.
Cameron, great speed, second base. Stan Javier at first base. Ortiz with the 2-1 pitch to Dan Wilson. The runners go, and the throw to third. It gets away. Cameron can't go. But a double steal by Seattle. Rex, there's so much freedom with the decisions you make when you're 17 games up in your division.
Well, he's aggressive, Lou Piniella is, and there's the slider down low. Molina comes up, out, and Gloss couldn't catch a short hop there. It's a little bit off the base. Gloss might have been concentrating on getting the tag on him before the hop game.
Hey, Rex, remember earlier this year, Benji Molina missed a throw to third base, and he had a discussion with Mike Scioscia, and Mike said, take that step away from the right-handed batter.
In back of him, you want to go in behind him.
And it looked like he went over the top again. And there's Dan Wilson into left center field. The magical season continues. 1 run comes home. And Benji Molina holds on, and they cut down Stan Javier. But Seattle makes it 1-0 on Dan Wilson's base hit to left field.
Garrett charged it, had a nice momentum behind it. Throws it, Gloss lets it go, two-hopper right into the path of Javier. Now Javier, he was given that front side of the plate, and he just couldn't change his direction. So Molina came to get the throw and back a home to the side, and Javier couldn't read that in time to slip in front of him. Good block by Molina, who's just concentrated, caught the ball, and put the tag on it.
Wilson got to second on the throw home. Now Ramon Ortiz against Carlos Guillen. Last time the Angels were hosting Seattle, Guillen did not play because of a left ankle problem. This week off has helped him health-wise. And a base hit back up the middle. They send Dan Wilson. Now they hold him at third. And they have a Mariner caught in a run down, but crossing home plate. Let's see what they signal. They say count the run. They say the run scored before the out was made in the rundown. So it's 2-0 Seattle, and Mike Scioscia will complain.
Well, when there's 2 outs, you got to tag that runner and get that third out before it crosses home. And that's what didn't happen.
Johnson, did you upgrade to digital yet?
Johnson's dead.
Oh, I thought you said you were Johnson.
No, he's dead.
Oh, that it is. D-E-A.
If business were that easy, you wouldn't need us. Update your office technology with Canon Business Solutions.
What good is beauty if it's only skin deep? Camry, reinvented so it's sleeker, faster, roomier, better. You're going to want one. See your local Toyota dealer.
Here, man, try this shake. It's thick.
It's warm. Hey, that's a fake shake.
Hi, I'm Jack, and this is my friend, Larry the Crime Donkey. Don't do fake shakes. Keep it real. Demand real ice cream shakes, like my Frosty Strawberry Banana Shake made with real fruit. Take it from Larry the Crime Donkey. Don't be a sucker. Say no to fake shakes.
Because I failed to upgrade to digital, we're broke. Rather than resign, I've hired a professional scapegoat.
Thank you, thank you. Yes, it was all my fault.
If business were that easy, you wouldn't need us. Update your office technology with Canon Business Solutions.
Seattle takes a 2-0 lead over the Anaheim Angels. Let's go to the KCAL 9 newsroom and Pat Harvey.
Thanks, Stephen Rex. Tonight after the game, continuing coverage of America on Alert. President Bush signs a law creating a $40 billion rebuilding package, a law which authorizes the use of military force to respond to last week's attacks. We're live with the latest on the investigation and a look at how life in America has changed so much in just 1 week. We'll see you after the game.
Thank you, Pat. And we are at Safeco Field, where tonight in Seattle, our national pastime hopes to serve as a rallying point in light of the national tragedy that took place in New York and Washington, D.C. last week. That is the truth. Gotta love this country. Now Freddy Garcia will go against Jose Nieves. And Rex, you made an interesting comment about the ceremony before the ball game and visiting with guys like Jose Nieves, who is from Puerto Rico, and from Ichiro, who's from Japan, and their feelings about what took place last week.
And I had a real nice sit down with Ichiro Suzuki without his interpreter. We were talking. His English has improved a lot, and he feels the same pain that every American feels. And he made sure to tell me that he's really enjoying our national pastime, playing ball in America here, and the love he's received for his accolades, the things he's done this year, which has been a lot.
Garcia makes quick work of Nieves, and that is the 5th strikeout for Freddy Garcia.
Nieves, all these players who were born in different countries still have that America feel, that American feel, the freedom, playing ball in different cities, traveling, experiencing our culture. Ichiro said he's learning how to really like the hot dogs and apple pie. I mean, it was fun talking to him, getting his perspective.
Now Darren Erstad, who struck out swinging his first time up.
But there's Erstad again on his game plan, swinging early in the count, hoping for the fastball, and Garcia threw him the curve.
Upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. Freddy Garcia with that easy arm action, total command of all 3 pitches. Rex, I know you were telling me, man, it is tough to hit a guy when he has command of 2 pitches, but to have command of 3 when you throw as hard as he does is rare.
You know, if he was not a power pitcher, it'd be different. You could sit on a particular pitch, but when you got a weapon like that at 95 miles an hour, you have to look for that. If you look for anything else, you can't touch the straight fastball. And it's not exactly straight. It has good movement.
High strike called, and Fred Garcia with 6 strikeouts of the first 8 Angels that he has faced and gotten out. There's Brett Tomko. The last Major League starting pitcher to win back-to-back games was Tomko in July 5th and 10th in 1998. Well, here is Freddy Garcia, and he beat the Angels on Monday, and then, of course, terrible tragedy in New York City and Washington, D.C., so he is trying to become the first Mariner pitcher ever to start back-to-back games. There's David Eckstein.
Flying over on the flight yesterday, I could feel the hitters thinking, man, we're going up there to face Freddy again. It's not going to be pleasant.
Well, somehow he lost 5 games this year. Somehow he had an ERA that, even though it leads the American League, he gave up 3 runs per game. But what has brought him way down under 3 is Anaheim. 2 runs allowed in more than 33 innings now, and 2 shutouts in the season. And he is going to be one of the game's best right-handers as long as he stays healthy. 6'4", 235. This kind of command. Eckstein trying to pop one into right field, and in front of Ichiro, it will drop. That is a fair ball, and it's the first hit of the game by the Angels.
Another good changeup by Garcia, but Eckstein, he just says, I'm going to shorten up and just try to peck it in there. And that's what he did. Shorten up his swing. 2 strikes on him. Here, Wilson wants it down. And Eckstein just said, I'm going to shorten up and go that way. And that's what he did. That's what I mean by shorten up. Now, he stayed at first. He might have tried to take second base on any other player, but Ichiro possesses a fine throwing arm, and he's got good speed. So he cuts down a lot of extra base hits just by having those skills.
Now Garrett Anderson. Garrett Anderson has been the Angels' RBI guy this year, and he goes to left field. Driving back to the warning track is Stan Javier, and he will make the catch. Down go the Angels. We head to the bottom of the third. It's 2-0 Seattle.
Reinvented Camry. One look, and you're going to want one.
Looking for something fresh? Start with McDonald's new taste menu. It's full of fresh new tastes like our 3 toasted sourdough sandwiches. Feeling famished in the AM? Chow down on our breakfast sourdough sandwich.
Now, I know you're engaged, but in our house, it's our rules. Good night.
Well, good night, sir.
Good night, Daddy.
All imported hops give Michelob Light a smooth, satisfying taste you won't find in an ordinary beer.
Scoot over. Here.
Such a nice boy.
Beer or Michelob Light?
Hungry sports fans? Well, KFC has spicy barbecue wings. That's KFC chicken wings smothered in spicy barbecue flavored sauce. So turn yourself into a champion today and head to KFC.
You're watching KCAL TV, Channel 9, Los Angeles.
It's a painful time for everyone. It's painful enough that I think we have to take a step back from our daily lives, our daily routine, and it's a painful time for everyone. It's painful enough that I think we have to take a step back from our daily lives, our daily routine, and reflect on what's happening in the world around us, and hopefully we can we can bounce back and come together as a nation, and it starts with your family.
And the Angels came together with their family on Sunday night. The Angels in the Orange County community rallied at Edison Field and raised almost $800,000 for the American Red Cross. It was a wonderful moment at Edison Field, and a lot of the Angels were there. And here's Ichiro. Gloss has it and doesn't have time. Can't get it out of his glove.
Ichiro with an infield hit. Second one. First at bat, he hit one off of the wallet of Ortiz, and now he's doing his typical falling away, swinging to the opposite field. Gloss now, he catches it. He just couldn't get it out of the glove. And Ichiro probably is one of the fastest players from home plate to first in the league, maybe in the game. You can't afford to make a mistake anytime he's running as an infielder.
No, and Ortiz really isn't pitching that badly. 3 infield hits and a critical error in the last frame by Troy Gloss. The Angels are down 2-0.
Gloss just having a tough time getting it going here after the long layoff. A lot of action his way early. McLemore starting at third base tonight in replace of David Bell, who during the workouts this past week pulled a ribcage muscle and taking batting practice and extra swings. So he's not available. Might be a few days, maybe a week or so before they can get him back and ready.
But this team is so deep, and because they have such a huge lead. I mean, right now we're in the middle of September, and they can clinch the American League West tonight if Oakland loses. And right now Texas has scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning to take a 4-3 lead over the Oakland A's. So if the Mariners win and Oakland loses tonight, Seattle will clinch the American League West. They say there will be no celebration. The 1906 Cubs won 116. 3 years ago, the Yankees won 114, an American League record. McLemore hits it sharply. They've got a chance for 2. Nieves turns it and gets the double play. Ortiz got just what he needed. With Ichiro at first base, great speed there.
Nice feed by Eckstein to Nieves. Took a deliberate underhand feed, which was perfect.
Here's Brett Boone, skying in the air, right side, and out of play.
I mean, if they clinch, you know, they're not gonna celebrate like they normally would, but you know, the events have just taken the sting out of everybody, including this crowd here, who's normally is really into every swing, every pitch, and you can tell just with the atmosphere, what they're giving off is just not the same.
Spezio trying to reach it in foul territory, and really the emotional leader, the captain of the team, is the guy on deck, Edgar Martinez. And Edgar said, you know, the tragedy has changed the way you think about the game. You can get ready to play, but there are so many emotions that come with going back to work after the horror that took place in New York City. And Edgar was born in New York, raised in Puerto Rico. Again, Boone trying to go to right field 3 straight times. This time he finally flies out to Tim Salmon. And we will go to inning number 4. Seattle has 2. The Angels looking for their first run.
As America mourns, we are reminded of the strength and determination of this great nation. In the days following the tragic events, we've seen tremendous examples of Americans pulling together to help. These are examples of compassion, courage, and solidarity. People working side by side from all walks of life, offering support and hope. Stand strong, stand tall, stand united. This is the spirit of America.
The joy of Pepsi, y'all. Congo! Hi, joy, totally joy in the Pepsi there.
This track is missing something.
That's the flavor.
All people in the party, if you're ready to rock, let me see you throw your hands in the air to the joy of Pepsi.
Table for 27? Right this way.
Where's the restroom?
Hey, what is that you're eating?
Yeah, what? Excuse me, what kind of a restroom? What's going on?
Want to get a great $6 restaurant burger without the restaurant? The $6 burger, $3.95 at Carl's Jr.
Seattle has a 2-0 lead over the Anaheim Angels. Join your Angels for Fan Appreciation Night on September 29th. You might win a 60-inch big screen TV courtesy of Paul's TV, or a 7-night cruise line vacation for 4 courtesy of Disney Cruise Lines. Other prizes courtesy of Carl's Jr., SureGuard Storage, and Rhino Records. All fans will also receive a 2001 team photo courtesy of the U.S. Mint and Golden Dollar. Very quiet sellout crowd. A somber moment. Beautiful ceremony before the ball game honoring those lost in the Washington, D.C. and New York tragedies last week.
But after Amazing Grace and the color guard came out, it was great to hear him chant USA. It got me all worked up. The goosebumps, the emotions are at its peak.
Well, it was once said you can grieve alone, but you must heal together. Perhaps that is what will happen in baseball stadiums across America the rest of this season. A coming together of patriotic spirit and healing together. Fred Garcia, meantime, gets in front of Troy Gloss, the Angels' third baseman. No balls, 2 strikes.
And that's the position that you don't want to be in if you're a batter, 0-2, because you know that you're going to get Garcia's best changeups and curveballs. But he threw him a fastball.
And gets a ground out to Guillen, and Troy is the first out of the 4th inning. Tonight's Edison trivia question is, before Brett Boone, who was the last American League second baseman to hit 30 home runs in a season? Think about it, and we'll let you know the answer in the next half inning. I know that one. He is now an outstanding Little League coach in Southern Orange County. Here's Scott Spezia, walked his first time up. The Angels had their biggest threat in the 2nd inning. After Gloss struck out, Spezia Salmon walked. Adam Kennedy would strike out, and Benji Molina popped up. Now Spezia fouls it out of play.
And, you know, Spezia, out of all the hitters, I'll never approach him and say, hey, what's your game plan off of Garcia? Because he just says, Hud, it's the same thing every day, no matter who throws. From what arm he throws, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to use my reaction, see the ball if it's in the zone, and hit it. And I admire that. Not too much paralysis by analysis.
Popped up, Brett Boone. 2 outs.
Here's the changeup grip you can see him go to when it's in the glove. Pitchers will change that grip during their motion. Very effective. Spezia's front side was open and off balance. That's what the changeup does. Makes that hitter guess. And sometimes that pitcher will start, he'll show you the baseball as a hitter, and then by the time he brings it to his glove, he'll rotate the ball and find the pitch he wants. So hitters really take a close eye to his glove.
As Garcia faces Tim Salmon, we remember hearing Pedro Martinez, who has huge hands, say sometimes he will change from changeup to fastball as he's taking the ball out of his glove. I'm thinking, man, this guy is special.
Well, they're professionals. These guys are the best in the world.
And that ball hung in the air for Tim Salmon, and he lines it into left field. So, Rex, you were talking about going into your glove with the baseball. And show us the changeup grip.
Changeup grip's a circle change, and he'll do it. But what the pitcher does, he holds that glove. So what hitters do, when he goes to the circle change, he has to widen his glove. Sometimes the pitcher will tip a pitch by widening the glove. So they really concentrate on keeping it narrow and finding their grip so they don't tip anything to the hitters.
Well, now it's Fred Garcia against the Angels DH. Adam Kennedy. Salmon's been on twice now with a walk and a base hit. The Angels have 2 hits. The Mariners have 5 and a 2-0 lead. He hung one right over the plate to Tim Salmon. Texas continues their lead over Oakland 4-3 now in the 7th.
And you know, Steve, when Boston came to town, David Cohn was in the locker room watching videotapes, and he was watching himself, and I interrupted him because I can do that because we're warriors, we're battle. I said, hey, what are you looking at there? And he goes, I'm watching for tendencies. I'm watching if I tip pitches or give any pitches away. So veteran pitchers are real conscious of hitters getting their pitches from them.
You know, David Cohn is such a bright guy that he could wind up being commissioner of Major League Baseball sometime or an executive. But he would make a marvelous pitching coach.
It's all about learning how to pitch. Guys are rushed up to the big leagues now. Freddy Garcia, he started out with a 4 ERA, then he got it down to 3. Now this year he's in the 2s. He's learning. You learn on the job up here.
Kennedy fouls it back to the screen. It'll stay 1-2. Stroke to center field. Mike Cameron got a good jump, races back, pulls it down, ends the inning. A 2-hit shutout through 4 for Freddy Garcia.
He's always hustling you out of your RX. Fine, then he can just schlep 3 kids and a dog. What, you're out in the rain with no vehicle skid control? Tell him to get his own RX 300. With the Lexus Value Package, he'll get a 6-disc CD auto changer, power moonroof, and leather trim seats and still save $1,500, which he can just spend on you for a change. Phew, I gotta cut back on those double espressos.
Ask about the RX 300 Lexus Value Package at your Southern California Lexus dealer.
With summer here, electricity may be in short supply, and rotating blackouts can make getting around the Southland a bit tougher than usual. So here's some advice. Whether you're walking or driving, be careful when you come to an intersection where the traffic lights aren't working. Treat it as a 4-way stop. Yield to the vehicle on the right, watch for pedestrians, and look both ways before you enter the intersection. Let's work together to get through the summer safely.
A message from the California Highway Patrol and Southern California Edison.
You know, most people don't know that at Del Taco, we slow cook our beans for 3 hours. It's how we make our 99-cent half-pound bean and cheese burrito. Freshly grated cheese and slow-cooked beans for just 99 cents. You know, this reminds me of when I first started at Del Taco. Slow cooking the beans and doing the robot. Slow cooking the beans.
Nice moves, bro.
Doing the moonwalk. Back to the beans.
Sweet.
Slow cooking the beans.
Angels baseball is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Buy or lease today. We make it easy. And by Jack in the Box. We don't make it till you order it. Seattle with a 2-0 lead over Ramon Ortiz and the Anaheim Angels. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning, and that means Edgar Martinez, John Olerud, and Mike Cameron.
Edgar makes his home up here in Seattle. Lives here year-round now. He could run for mayor and win easily.
You are absolutely right. So well loved when this is an organization that has lost Randy Johnson, Ken Griffey Jr., and Alex Rodriguez, 3 maybe future Hall of Famers in back-to-back-to-back seasons, and they have not only survived, they're gunning for the very best record in Major League Baseball history. And the one guy who stayed, Edgar, and he said, if I'm traded, I will retire. I want to end my career as a Mariner. Don't you think the locals want to hear that?
And I asked Edgar, I said, Edgar, do you have any political aspirations?
He'd win.
And he said no. He laughed that off, as that would be the first time anybody mentioned it to him, but he laughed. And he's well respected.
Well, he's got to be thinking, what will he do next? He's 38 years old now. This is his 13th big league season. It took him a while to make it to the major leagues, even though he had 5 straight seasons in the minor leagues hitting .315 or better. But they just did not know what position he would play in the bigs. And he hits this one high in the air, left center. Darren Erstad pulls it down for the first out. We asked that question, tonight's Edison question, before Brett Boone, who was the last American League second baseman to hit 30 home runs in a season. And the answer is the Angels' great Bobby Grich, 30 home runs in 1979.
Brett Boone is having some kind of year.
Now John Olerud.
Olerud got his first hit in his career off of Ortiz. The ball that glanced off the diving Nieves, second.
Grounds this one to Nieves. Nice big hop for him, and he throws out John. Olerud 1 for 2. And really, Ramon Ortiz, despite being down 2-0, you have to be impressed with the way he's throwing, because the Angels really gift wrapped those 2 runs for Seattle in the second inning.
He's doing a good job of keeping him off balance, and no one has really hit him hard except for the first pitch of the game. Ichiro lined one off of the backside of Ortiz for a base hit.
Olerud had an infield hit. So did Ichiro the second time up. foul. That is one of the great things about speed. Ichiro is a .350 hitter because he has speed. I mean, the number of infield hits he has this year, more than 30 infield hits this season. Here's Mike Cameron, who can really run well. Reached on the air by Gloss in the second. In there. 0-2. Ramon looking for his second strikeout of the ball game. Struck out Brett Boone on a fastball in the outside corner in the first. Now he'll try and get Cameron to chase, and Mike pops it up. Will not stay in play.
Cameron hitting .272 and 482 at bats. He struck out 139 times. And, you know, surely they'd like for him to shorten up his swing and try to make more contact, but the numbers he's put up power-wise, 23 homers and 97 RBIs, those are really nice numbers for a center fielder. So talking to the hitting coach, Gerald Perry, he says, you know, I talked to him about mental discipline at the plate, try to get him to be more aggressive. He said he's taking more pitches.
Ortiz flags it down, underhands to Spezio, and Seattle goes quietly in the fourth. To number 5, Benji Molina, Jose Nieves, and Darren Erstad for Anaheim.
Just because you sit in the lap of luxury doesn't mean you have to just sit there. Lincoln LS, the best driving V8 sedan for the enthusiast dollar, according to Car and Driver. Now at the Lincoln Invitational, get 0.0% financing on every single 2001 Lincoln. Plus, Lincoln will pay your first month's payment when you buy or lease. The LS from Lincoln.
What's going on?
Hey.
Wow, this is nice. But I thought Stacy said if you bought new tools, she gets a new dining room set.
Yeah, she did.
So where are the table and chairs?
You're standing on them.
Fine woodworking tools from Rigid. Name proven by pros since 1923. Take our 12-inch compound miter saw, equipped with a high-performance 40-tooth carbide blade. Rigid. Buy them at the Home Depot.
To all those crazy people who make playing pro football seem like a sport for the sane, we dedicate the new Nissan Xterra with a heavy-duty aluminum roof rack, available interior bike rack, and of course Xterra's built-in first aid kit, and a removable gear basket for all your wet and dirty stuff. Because you know you got a lot of wet and dirty stuff out there. You know, maybe you ought to hop up there and let me drive. The Nissan Xterra, driven by Southern California.
Seattle with a 2-0 lead over the Anaheim Angels as the Angels start this road trip in Seattle. That will then take them to Texas. Tomorrow and Thursday, it will be Jamie Moyer against Scott Schoenweiss. And then on Wednesday, Aaron Seeley against Jared Washburn. But at Texas Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And at Oakland next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And the Tuesday game on KCAL 9. Friday and Saturday you can watch on KCAL 9 as well. Here goes Freddy Garcia. He has shut out the Angels through 4 innings. And that stretches his record to 35 2/3 innings this year, and allowing only 2 runs to the Angels. Ground ball up the middle. Carlos Guillen, plenty of time. In the dirt, dug out beautifully by Olrud. He may be, Rex, one of 3 Gold Glovers that the Mariners have this year.
They're having a wonderful year defensively. Guillen turns and fires a timing play on the pick by Olrud. He just times it, uses soft hands, and just kind of lets the glove do the work. You kind of sweep your glove out there and time the hop.
Olrud, I think, could win a Gold Glove with the job he has done at first base. Ichiro has to win and one in right field. And how about Mike Cameron in center?
Solid.
And I'll be honest with you, I think Dan Wilson has been equal to, maybe better this year defensively than Ivan Rodriguez. I mean, when you talk total package, not only moving around home plate, but calling the game.
I agree. And then if there's a Gold Glover for utility, man, Mark McLemore would get that award hands down. third base, shortstop, second base.
That's because you always have a place in your heart for guys who play many positions.
I just know how valuable McLemore is to Lou Piniella.
Why do you have a place in your heart, Rex?
Well, it's because it's not an easy job.
And it's because it's the job that you had to.
I did, but nothing like McLemore's doing. They wouldn't dare put me at shortstop, or I'd they'd need high insurance for those people sitting in back of first base.
Well, I guess
Couldn't
I
make
was
that
just
throw.
I guess I was just fortunate enough to watch your best year in '96 when you were so impressive.
Well, only one good year in 21.
Hey,
It's about
I
time.
saw it though.
McLemore is having his best season this year. He played every day for the Rangers and did a good job there.
Nieves swings and misses and strikes out. So that is strikeout number 7 for Freddy Garcia. Let's check out our out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by your Southern California Ford dealer. The Athletics have scored, and now they have taken a 6-4 lead on Texas in the top of the 7th. The Yankees 11-3 over the White Sox. Reds 6-5 on the Cubs. Sosa had 1 hit. How about Posada with a grand slam? Darren Erstad taking the curve. The Dodgers losing to the Padres 2-1 in the top of the 5th. The Giants up on the Astros. Bonds did not go deep. Diamondbacks lead the Rocks. It is 1-1 to Darren Erstad. The big games, particularly in the National League, as all 3 races are tight in the National. You've got Arizona leading San Francisco by 2 and the Dodgers by 4. In the Central, you have Houston by 4.5 over St. Louis and 6 over the Cubs. And in the East, just 2.5 separate Atlanta and Philadelphia. Philadelphia won today, 4-3 over Atlanta, so change that. It is now a game and a half, the Braves over the Phillies. And in the National League wildcard race, check out this, it is San Francisco and St. Louis in the lead, but only 4 games separate first and 5th place. Erstad takes a walk, and that is the 3rd walk issued by Garcia in the game.
Erstad doing another good job of waiting Garcia out there, just like he did in his first at-bat, except he threw Erstad the dark one and struck him out. And Erstad saw a lot of pitches so far in his 3 at-bats.
Let's see if the Angels run Erstad.
2 outs.
Eckstein got a base hit his last time up.
It's a good situation to go.
A chopper to second base. Brett Boone throws out David Eckstein. Through 5, Garcia, a shutout against Anaheim.
Some might see it as a pile of rocks, but it's really a
Sweetie, why don't you go get a drink?
Good idea.
All-imported hops give Michelob Light a smooth, satisfying taste you won't find in an ordinary beer.
It's so organic.
It makes me feel so insignificant.
Tell me about Man with Michelob Light.
Beer or Michelob Light?
Oh, there you are.
Ma'am, please don't touch the art.
Looking for something fresh? Start with McDonald's New Taste menu. It's full of fresh new tastes like our 3 toasted sourdough sandwiches. Feeling famished in the AM? Chow down on our breakfast sourdough sandwich with the bacon, egg, and cheese you crave. After breakfast, try our sourdough supreme burger smothered in grilled onions and smoked cheddar. Or our sourdough crispy chicken sandwich with crisp lettuce, tomato, and cheese. Hey, if you want toasted new tastes, our sourdough's good to go. Because when it's gotta be fast and it's gotta be good, it's gotta be McDonald's. We love to see you smile.
Here, man, try this shake. It's thick. It's warm. Hey, that's a fake shake.
Hi, I'm Jack, and this is my friend, Larry the Crime Donkey. Don't do fake shakes. Keep it real. Demand real ice cream shakes, like my Frosty Strawberry Banana Shake made with real fruit. Take it from Larry the Crime Donkey. Don't be a sucker. Say no to fake shakes.
Seattle leads the Angels 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Saturday, September 22nd, individual game tickets for the Mighty Ducks 2001-2002 season go on sale to the general public at 10 in the morning. You may purchase Mighty Ducks tickets in person at the Arrowhead Bond box office, online at mightyducks.com, or by calling 1-877-WILD-WING. And it was great to see Paul Correa and Marty McInnes from the Mighty Ducks at Edison Field the other day when the Angels had their benefit to raise money for the Red Cross. Also there from the Angels, Buddy Black, Ron Renicky, Joe Madden, Mike Socha, Scott Schoenweiss, Lou Pope, Ramon Ortiz, David Eckstein, Scott Spezio, Jose Fernandez, Jose Nieves, Tim Salmon, Jeff Devannon, Benji Molina, and Jose Molina. Great turnout, great support. Over almost $800,000 raised for the American Red Cross.
Outstanding contribution.
Here's Stan Javier going to left field.
Guy made the grab.
He said it was right there for me, and you robbed it with your glove.
Nice play by the glove. I don't think the guy knew he had it. Watch this.
Look at that.
He did rob him. But the one guy in the yellow, he was bailing. He would have never caught that.
Well, when you got a glove coming right in front of your face, you've got to protect yourself.
It's all fun and games.
Fouled off now, 0-2 Ramon Ortiz against Stan Javier. Javier very hot right before this week off, hitting .350 the last 3-week period.
Javier adds a lot. You can start him, you can play him, you know, once a week. He's going to give you everything. He's a good guy to hit that number 2 spot. He slashes the ball just like he did there.
Eckstein throws out Stan, and 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Hey, some news on Sean Woot we received today. Sean had arthroscopic surgery, his left wrist, Berlin Joe Clinic. They cleaned out cartilage. He'll have his arm in a cast for about 7 to 10 days as they let the sutures heal, and they'll take those sutures out, and then they'll make a decision on how long it'll be before he starts to rehab.
Happy they got that done. And Ben Weber, make sure that foot's elevated. If you're watching, make sure it's elevated, and make sure you spend a little extra TLC with your beautiful wife Marissa.
The speed of that last pitch on the Pac Bell speed gun was 95 miles per hour. Good changeup thrown by Ramon, and he gets Dan Wilson.
That's one of the pitches that Benji Molina said that they have not been thrown against right-handers. That's the changeup. That's a pitch he'll use against the lefties. Here it is against the right-hander. Molina said he was going to do it more often against righties, and there was a good located changeup. Anyway, I was talking about Ben Weber. You know, he had fractured his ankle and ligaments. Right, and I was just wishing him well. Make sure you keep it elevated. And Sean Wooten, we're happy you're going to get back on the recovery trail, and happy rehab.
And both of them had just marvelous rookie seasons.
Sure did.
Ground ball hit to second. Nieves gobbles it up, throws out Carlos Guillen. A 1-2-3 inning for Ortiz. He has pitched well through 5 tonight.
A Ford Leadership Drive is on. Last year, your Ford dealer had 5 of the 10 best-selling vehicles in America, and he wants more. That's why now's the time to get great cashbacks, like $1,250 on Focus, $2,000 on Mustang, and the 2001 Explorer, $2,500 on Ranger, Expedition, and the F-150. Whatever you're looking at, that's a lot of cash that could go right toward your down payment. So get to the Ford Leadership Drive today.
Some might see it as a pile of rocks, but it's really a
Sweetie, why don't you go get a drink?
Good idea.
All imported hops give Michelob Light a smooth, satisfying taste you won't find in an ordinary beer.
It's so organic.
It makes me feel so insignificant.
Tell me about Man with Michelob Light.
Beer or Michelob Light?
Oh, there you are.
Ma'am, please don't touch the art.
We chose white because it was
clean
and simple.
I just wanted a splash of color.
Kind of kooky, little pizzazz.
Different strokes for different folks, all at one store.
Went to Home Depot. Now I'm painting.
I can help you do that. I can show you how.
Okay. Glidden for my girls' room.
See, you can do it.
That's easy.
Yeah.
That's all bear right there.
I love Ralph Lauren.
This looks good.
Thank you.
I'm so glad I went to Home Depot first.
The Home Depot.
Wiener Schnitzel, America's most wanted hot dog. And now you can get a mouth-watering chili cheeseburger for the great price of just 99 cents.
Angels Baseball is brought to you by your Southern California Lexus dealers, who invite you to test drive a Lexus today, and by your Southern California Ford dealer. See your Ford dealer today. Rex, do you know when the Star Spangled Banner was played before the first baseball game?
Can't tell you.
1862. Francis Scott Key's masterpiece, and it made its World Series debut in 1918. It was played on special occasions until 1942 during World War II, when a wave of patriotism made the performance an everyday ritual starting in 1942.
If anybody would know that, you would. Way to enlighten me.
Well, here's a guy who might be pitching in the World Series. There's a strike on the outside corner. Who do you like as we head towards postseason?
Well, Seattle has had the best season up till that season. But I mean, once postseason starts, a totally different game. I still think the advantage is going to go to the Yankees because of what they've done, and they have the veterans and they have the know-how. They know the steps to the big dance.
And when you can put down a 3-man rotation, no longer is it a 5-man rotation, and Seattle, their strength is their depth. But you likely go with Garcia first, as he gets Garrett Anderson in a fly ball to Mike Cameron. And then you've got Jamie Moyer and I would guess Aaron Seeley. But Freddy Garcia knows that New York would go with Roger Clemens, who's 19-1, Mike Mussina, who's had a great second half, and Andy Pettit. And then El Duque goes out tonight and shuts out the Chicago White Sox in the time that he was out there. And New York wins 11-3. But look at his numbers against the Angels.
78 pitches. 3 walks. 7 strikeouts.
Here's Troy Gloss. Ball 1.
Freddie has learned how to control his emotions out there. And that's been a big thing for him to learn, and it's helped his all-around pitching game.
Gloss pops it up. Ian will take care of it for the second out. This guy is beginning to dominate like Kurt Schilling and Randy Johnson. Angels Care and the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation will host the 23rd annual Angels Care 65 Roses Golf Tournament. Join Angels manager Mike Scioscia and Cubs manager and former Angels great Don Baylor as they co-host the tournament on Tuesday, October 30th at Los Coyotes Country Club. For more information, please contact the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation at 714-938-1393. Here's Scott Spezio. There is Mike, who does his all benefits. He was there, part of the American Red Cross turnout at Edison Field on Sunday. Spies takes a strike. 0-2.
Spezio knows that was the pitch he probably should have took a hack at, because now Garcia is going to go with that changeup or curveball. He could stay with a fastball, but he'd do Spezio a favor.
Freddie struck out 8 Angels in his last start. A week ago Monday, he has 7 so far. And there's a ground ball hit foul.
And that's the best thing you can do as a hitter, just try to fight off all of those 0-2 offerings until you get the good one.
And we talked about that Randy Johnson deal when he was traded before the deadline in the last year of his contract. And look at the athletes they got for him. Don't you think Houston would like to have Garcia back, or Halama, or Guillen?
Well, Houston's not complaining with what they have.
No, but to have Garcia, I just think is just sensational. There's a smash to center field, but run down by Mike Cameron. So Garcia continues his dominance of the Anaheim Angels. He's allowed only 2 runs all year long.
Because I failed to upgrade to digital, we're broke. Rather than resign, I've hired a professional scapegoat.
Thank you, thank you. Yes, it was all my fault.
If business were that easy, you wouldn't need us. Update your office technology with Canon Business Solutions.
You are on the run. We can help. Fly to Frankfurt and meet Frieda in the Café Friedrichstraße. She will have strudel.
I can't go to Germany.
But I thought you were a Frankfurter.
No. I'm a hot dog!
Wiener Schnitzel, America's most wanted hot dog. And now you can get a mouth-watering chili cheeseburger for the great price of just 99 cents.
Enjoy Pepsi, y'all. Come Joy, totally joy in the Pepsi there.
This track is missing something.
That's the flavor.
Johnson, did you upgrade to digital yet?
Johnson's dead.
Oh, I thought you said you were Johnson.
No, he's dead.
Oh, that it is. D-E-A.
If business were that easy, you wouldn't need us. Update your office technology with Canon Business Solutions.
Here in Seattle, we head to the bottom of the 6th inning with the score Seattle 2, the Angels nothing. At Benihana, every meal is a feast, prepared right before your eyes by your very own chef. 8 locations throughout Southern California. For directions, visit Benihana.com. Here is Ichiro Suzuki, who in his first 2 at-bats has raised his average to .349.
First pitch of the game was struck well. I think that's the hardest hit ball all night. And here we go. Gloss just couldn't find the handle.
And now he strokes a line drive base hit to right field. So Ichiro 3 for 3 and his batting average over .350 once again, leading the American League.
He's aggressive, especially with the first 2 pitches. In order to be successful against him, I believe you got to pitch him up and away, try to get him to pop up.
And I think it's amazing with that slap style that he can get the meat part of the bat on the baseball every time.
This pitch was drilled. I mean, he hit it so hard. Watch Salmon, it handcuffs him. He had a hard time with that hot smash.
It's almost like he's playing tennis out there. Like it's a racket instead of a baseball bat.
Really be careful how you pitch him. Now McLemore squares around.
Catalanato at .344, the Texas second baseman. Then Juan Gonzalez. How about Gonzalez for MVP? He's leading the American League in runs driven in, 138.
Yeah, but Catalanato, he just snuck up on everyone. He's been putting together a solid year in Texas.
McLemore has flied to right and bounced into a 4-6-3 double play that helped out Ortiz in the 3rd. Ramon has allowed the Mighty M's only 6 hits. And the 2 runs the M's scored off Ramon really helped out by Angels misplays in the 2nd. Post play, wow.
This at bat here, Mark McLemore in the 2nd spot, nobody out, Ichiro on 1st. He's in the driver's seat. He squared around first pitch just to kind of get the fielders know, hey, look, I could square around, I could bunt. I'm going to try to protect Ichiro. So he's in the driver's seat. It's a lot easier to hit when you got a man ahead of you, especially with good speed. And you can see how he's distracting Ortiz. Ortiz with a quick spin move, has very quick feet. McLemore will have to be patient. It's a distraction when he throws over lots of times, but that's what you expect.
Outside, 2-0.
Looks like Ichiro is getting a one-way lead as he's leaning back towards first, and that is the maximum lead you can get safely, but with a dive back into the bag.
And now 3-0. So much time spent at first base. Now all of a sudden Ortiz has fallen well behind a very disciplined hitter in Mark McLemore.
You know, that's what speed does. It distracts the pitcher. Distracts the defense. Everybody.
And ball 4. So Ichiro goes to second base anyway. And the Angels want to keep it right here at 2-0. Garcia throwing a gem. And they can't fall behind by too many. And Brett Boone, the number 2 RBI guy in the American League, will now come to the plate.
You don't expect to see him squaring around for a sacrifice bunt. And that's what the situation calls for. They're up 2-0.
But I was impressed the last time Boone was at the plate. 3 straight pitches. He tried to go to right field. Now he wound up popping up to Tim Salmon in right. That has been his difference. I mean, he loves guys in scoring position.
That's what RBIs guys do. They widen their zone a little bit and try to peck away. Get those runs home any way they can. We'll be sitting back looking to drive in some.
They pulled a double steal back in the second inning. They could do the same with this pair with Suzuki and McLemore.
McLemore with 35 bags.
And Ichiro with 47. And Buddy Black calls time.
Here Bud's going to try to talk to Ortiz about getting his timing back. Everybody slow down a little bit. Now he sees he approaches Ortiz with a smile on his face. And there's a lot of mental massaging going on with Bud Black and his young pitchers. He's the guy to do it.
This copyright telecast is presented by authority of the Anaheim Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be
disseminated
without the express written consent of the Angels. 2-0 Seattle. Both runs scoring in the second inning on base hits by Dan Wilson and Carlos Guillen. Mike Scioscia trying to start this road trip well, as Jamie Moyer will face the Halos tomorrow against Scott Schoenweiss. Then on Thursday it will be Aaron Seeley and Jared Washburn.
Ortiz would like to use that changeup down low to get Boone to hit a ground ball.
Boone swings at it, rolls it to third. Ortiz up, fires, and safe at first base. Spezio disagrees, and this will be the second call that has gone the M's way tonight.
Ortiz made a heck of a play to make it close. Scioscia's going to argue. He didn't think it was close. We'll see. Boone took the high fastball. Ortiz charged, made a great bare hand play and throw.
Wow.
Tie goes to the runner.
So the Mariners with the bases loaded, nobody out for their greatest RBI guy the last 10 years. Edgar Martinez.
Crowd coming alive, nobody out. Bases full of Mariners. Edgar will try to lift the ball, get underneath it. Ortiz would like to keep that pitch right down there where he just threw that last one, hoping that Edgar will hit the ball on the ground. Double play ball would be sweet for Ortiz here. Edgar's going to look to blast one. 9 career grand slams. He knows the situation.
To right field. Salmon will pull it down. Tagging at third and coming home, Ichiro. And that is his 115th run scored this year, second most in the American League to Alex Rodriguez, 121.
And on the play, McLemore tagged up from second, so they have first and third, one out. John Olerud is going to try to do the same thing here. You want to get underneath the ball, hit a sacrifice fly or more. And you don't want to hit the ball on the ground and double up.
This has been an absolutely perfect season for this ball club. They are 64 games over 500. They have manhandled the Angels this year with a record of 11-3 in their 14 games. Now John Olerud. But that could just as quickly change next year with the growth of the Angels and the young Oakland A's. This is a veteran Seattle Mariner ball club. As a matter of fact, the lineup tonight, 92 years of major league experience to the Angels 34. And there are some old M's out there, and Edgar Martinez at 38. John Olerud will be 34. Red Boone is 32. Mike Cameron, Mark McLemore in his 16th year and 36 years old. Jay Buhner's 37.
I was going to say Buhner's back. Pinnell's going to try to find him some at-bats so he can be productive off the bench.
In there, 2-1.
Still a lot of life on Ortiz's fastball. That one had a little movement on it. Good mechanics. He'll fall off to his left quite often, but that's one thing he does all the time. They just kind of monitor him, keep an eye on him. It's all about arm slot. Whenever he pulls off to his left, sometimes his arm will drop down and leave the ball up out over the plate. Try to keep that arm angle the same, right up on top.
Ramon has had a solid game. He has allowed the M's just 7 hits, and 4 of those hits haven't even left the infield. Olerud trying to get one into left field. Anderson races back, pulls it down. Back-to-back sacrifice flies by Seattle, and they double their lead on the Angels. They don't do much wrong.
Both Edgar and Olerud, professional hitters, veteran guys, know that they're looking to get the ball in the air and get sacrifice flies. That's 2 of them now. So hitters that know the situations and come through for their team.
Now Mike Cameron has reached in an error and bounced out. So many career years by the Mariners. From Boone, from Cameron, from their entire pitching staff. 1-1.
Mariners hung around Anaheim as they played the Angels on Monday, and the tragedy struck on Tuesday, and there were no games. They just hung out and did the best they could. They shopped, and a lot of players said they spent their money.
That's low. 2-1. With no travel until Friday, so Seattle could not get back home to the Pacific Northwest until the weekend. Angels flew in yesterday.
A lot of people got stranded, ball players included.
3 balls and 1 strike.
I had a neighbor that was telling me that he was in New York and he had to get home, so he couldn't get any rent-a-cars. So what did he do? He bought a car. He bought a car and drove back to California, and then he said he'll sell it, when he gets it.
Wow, you're kidding.
When he got here, yeah. Pretty good idea.
Just buy a car.
He said,
did he get a good deal on it?
Yeah, he said, give me the cheapest one I can get that I can get my money back.
Fly ball, right side. Erstad will call up Tim Salmon, and he makes the catch. But 2 more runs come home for the M's, and they take a 4-0 lead on Ramon Ortiz and the Halos.
A Ford Leadership Drive is on. Last year, your Ford dealer had 5 of the 10 best-selling vehicles in America, and he wants more. That's why now's the time to get great cashbacks, like $1,250 on Focus, $2,000 on Mustang, and the 2001 Explorer, $2,500 on Ranger, Expedition, and the F-150. Whatever you're looking at, that's a lot of cash that could go right toward your down payment. So get to the Ford Leadership Drive today.
Wake up, Cindy. 2 a.m. Cable modem has full speed.
Oh, hey. Cable speed is up. Just put on some fresh coffee. Thanks, Greg.
There is a better way to get online. Pacific Bell DSL Internet. We're on it. Get $10 off for 3 months.
We're in the top of the 7th inning. The Seattle Mariners with a 4-0 lead over the Anaheim Angels. And let's now check on what's coming up on the KCAL 9 News with Kerry Kilbride.
Thank you, Steve. Coming up tonight after the game, developments on a number of fronts tonight. Did some of the suicidal missions fail last Tuesday? Were more than 4 planes supposed to have been hijacked? Investigators now examining those questions. Also, more people who may have known the hijackers are being detained. Tonight, the list is 75 names long and growing. Our special coverage continues after the game. Steve, Rex, good to have you back.
Kerry, thank you very much. It is so great to be back with America's national pastime, the game of baseball. Here's Tim Salmon skying one to left field. Drifting out is the shortstop, being called off by the left fielder Stan Javier, and he'll make the catch. You know, Rex, it was Freddy Garcia who has made 5 starts now against the Angels, has a 0.47 ERA, just 2 earned runs in 38 innings. How more can he dominate?
Well, not much. He's making his pitches, and now you saw Salmon go after the first pitch, and that's important. And they want to try to get that fastball before they get to his other devastating pitches, a curveball and changeups. He can throw it any time.
Look at the good young pitching in the American League West. Freddy Garcia with this ball club. With the Angels, Jared Washburn, Scott Schoenweiss, Ramon Ortiz going tonight, and so many in their minor league system who really look sharp for the future, like John Lackey and Chris Buchek and Francisco Rodriguez. And then in Oakland, Barry Zito and Mark Mulder and Tim Hudson. Boy, the strength
has shifted to the West, in my opinion.
Well, Hud, you got 3 teams. 3 of your 4 teams have records over 500. And the Texas Rangers, I've got to believe, will be coming back next year. And they're 14 under 500 because of bad pitching.
But they've been playing much better lately.
There's Matt Wise right next to Jared Washburn. Wise will move into the rotation, taking Pat Rapp's spot. And Garcia in the high fastball against Adam Kennedy. He has struck out 7 Angels tonight. Last start came a week ago Monday, and he struck out 8 Halos. The 2-2. 8 strikeouts now. Wilson can't find the baseball. When he finally does, he fires, and just does got Adam Kennedy.
Here it is. Kennedy swings and misses. Now Karam's back there, and Kennedy's off to the races. Wilson concentrates. He had a tough throw, so he's got to be able to clear the runner. Olerud gave him a nice outside target. Well executed.
Now Benji Molina.
Molina, you know, I talked to him about Freddy Garcia today, and he goes, you know what? He's so good, I don't even want to talk about him. You want to talk about Ortiz? We'll talk about Ortiz. Talked about Ramon, and you know, Benji's main job is to be the catcher who solidifies the whole staff. He's done that this year. He missed 5 weeks early in the season with a hamstring, and he knows his role on this team is to grow up with that pitching staff.
The 2-1 by Garcia, and Benji fouls it back and out of play. Now it is 2 balls and 2 strikes. And we'd like to remind you that in between the top of the 7th and bottom of the 7th inning, we'll keep it right here because we'll have the singing of Take Me Out to the Ball Game, followed by America the Beautiful. They've made it very special here in Seattle. Molina skies it in the air, left side. Guillen will call off Javier, and Carlos makes the catch for the final out of the 7th inning. Another tremendous effort by Freddy Garcia. 4-0. Seattle has the lead over the Anaheim Angels, and Garcia has now gone 38 2/3 innings against the Angels this year and given up just 2 runs. Let's listen to Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Spacious skies, far amber waves of grain, far purple mountain majesties.
Patriotism shown in the Pacific Northwest tonight. Game 1 of a 3-game series between Seattle and the Anaheim Angels. And Rex, I talked to my mom earlier this week. She went through the Depression and World War II in New York City, and she said through it all, the one healing moment was baseball, America's pastime. She said when the news got too rough, too frightening, what was taking place in the Pacific and in Europe, she said her dad would say, my grandfather would say, let's go to Yankee Stadium. And they would go watch Joe DiMaggio. And for 3 hours, they had a chance to get away from the frightening things that may have been taking place around the world.
Well, you know, it's important that these guys get back there and they get out there and they divert some of the attention. You know, and how long the season will go this year. You know, we hope it stays through the World Series and everything's just, you know, the way it should be. But hey, they're back out there. It's an emotional time for everybody. A wonderful performance by Seattle here in the 7th inning stretch. Ray Charles and America the Beautiful. It's just really nice to be back.
And HUD just to watch baseball last night around the National League, tonight around the American League. The patriotism shown tonight has really been very dramatic. Seattle, meantime, continues their push for the all-time record in Major League Baseball history, 116 wins, set by the 1906 Cubs. They have 104 wins and gunning for 105 as they have a 4-0 lead on the Anaheim Angels.
Wilson gets congratulatory handshakes by laying down a tough pitch for a sacrifice bunt. Moves Javier to second base. Pinella on the attack.
Now Carlos Guillen. Well, you talk about big shoes to fill at the beginning of this season. How about Carlos Guillen when Alex Rodriguez signed with Texas? And Guillen just got help from his teammates as they got out of the gate so quickly, and all of a sudden that attention is deflected. Guillen could just fill in at that shortstop position.
Well, he's a natural shortstop, and when he got here from the trade, they tried to break him in at third base, and then he had injury troubles. He's had all kinds of problems the last few years. This year, he's been able to settle in. They let him do his thing at shortstop, which is his natural spot, and he's responded. Just keep him healthy. Ortiz again keeping his team in the game. He's starting the 7th inning here. He's really improved a lot. This season's been the biggest growing year in his major league career. He's answered every start. Stayed fairly healthy. In most of his starts, he goes into the 7th inning. That's the hope the Angels have in the future is their young pitchers.
And I think to get back a healthy Movon next year will give dramatic balance to their lineup.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they go out and try to enhance their chances by acquiring a few other players. They might do that.
Also has been great growth by the young players in the minor league system. Arkansas won the AA championship, and the reason was pitching. AAA Salt Lake City finished a game out of winning the Pacific Coast League championship. 3 divisions won their titles, Provo and rookie ball. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful scene? She says, watch the game, honey. The Dominican team, the Angels have, and their AA team, all winning championships. There's a strike at the outside corner and a beautiful pitch by Ramon Ortiz. 6 2/3 innings.
Guillen thought he had a free trip, but that fastball moved across the corner. Well located. Now it's Ichiro time. He was 3 for 3 looking for that 4th knock.
220 hits now for Ichiro Suzuki. Trying to better the mark of 240 set by Darren Erstad just last year. All-time record George Sisler 257 hits in 1 season. And this is his first year at not only big league pitching but seeing these pitches for the first time in his career. But I think he is just a talented see it hit him guy. There's a chopper hit to third but going foul. Gloss will keep it foul.
It looked like that ball was heading back towards fair territory.
It's Ichiro's year.
Yeah. And Gloss, he got to it quickly before it spun back into fair territory. And Gloss is talking about that. The third base umpire. He's closing in on Joe Jackson's rookie record for hits at 233. He might get that.
And Joe did it without shoes. Ground ball hit to first. Spezia will take care of it, and the Angels do get Ichiro out. It's 4-0 Seattle as we head to the 8th inning here in the Pacific Northwest.
To the list of things that make Dodge Durango just right, add this: your timing. Now get $4,700 in finance savings or $2,500 cash allowance, plus factory-to-dealer incentives that could save you even more. See, compare, drive, Dodge during the Team Dodge sales event.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday.
Wouldn't it be nice if you could just get a great $6 restaurant burger without the restaurant? Introducing the $6 burger, only $3.95 at Carl's Jr.
Every morning on the way to work, Greg tells you about his new RX 300 with the Lexus Value Package, the in-dash 6-disc CD auto changer, the leather-trimmed seats, and the awesome power moonroof, all at a $1,500 savings. Greg, the genius. You're starting to hate him, but not nearly as much as you love his car. Ask about the RX 300 Lexus Value Package at your Southern California Lexus dealer.
Top of the 8th inning, Seattle with a 4-0 lead over the Anaheim Angels. Saturday, September 29th. All fans in attendance will receive a 2001 Angels team photo courtesy of the U.S. Mint and Golden Dollar. Golden Dollars are available at the team store and throughout Edison Field today. Game 1 of a 3-game series between Seattle and the Anaheim Angels. It has been Freddy Garcia's tonight. It's one of the very rare banners that is not red, white, and blue. Now this guy has caused so many problems for the Angels. There's a ground ball up the middle. Carlos Guillen right there. He flips and gets the Angels Jose Nieves.
Nieves' first ball swinging, making sure he gets him a pitch to hit.
You talk about domination. That is what Freddy Garcia has done to the Angels in his career. If he wins this game, he'll go 5-1, but he will be 5-0 in one season. That rarely happens. There's Darren Erstad, who is 0 for 2, walked in his last at bat.
Erstad, he's 0 for 2, but he's seen a lot of pitches. He's been battling, and his plan just hasn't gone like he's wanted to, but still 2 strikeouts and a walk. He's not able to find that pitch he wants.
Garcia has come a lot with the off-speed stuff to Darren.
That fastball reaching, mid to high 90s, and that changeup there and his curveball, it just makes him a very tough pitcher to get on track with.
Back-to-back changeups, and I was watching him, just watching his arm speed. Boy, it'd be tough to pick up.
And Dan Wilson now is just walking that foul tip off. He took it on his arm, and he's just letting some of that feeling get back in there. They're giving him a little break.
And the Angels will see a guy who will twist and turn them and fade it away with a left-handed changeup tomorrow, and Jamie Moyer. The Angels counter with Scott Schoenweiss, and the curveball artist from the right side, Aaron Seeley, on Thursday against Jared Washburn.
And that fastball there with a lot of movement on it at 93. Wilson wanted up in the strike zone, and that's exactly where he threw it.
Popped up, foul and out of play. Erstad down almost 100 points in his batting average from last year, where he hit .355, to this year, where he's currently at .260. And he rips this one into right center field for a hit. Cameron gets over there quickly, and the Angels have their third hit of the game. That's the total they had against Freddy Garcia in his September 10th start, when he 3-hit the Angels through 8 in a shutout.
Erstad waited for the changeup, and he got it. One he could handle. Pounded it. Like I said before, he's had some good ABs, even though he's struck out a couple times and walked. There's his base hit. 1 for 3. With one out, he's checking the outfielders, seeing where everybody's playing.
Now David Eckstein. Eckstein, base hit in the third inning, dropping a base hit just in fair territory down the right field line. And his second time up, now he takes a strike.
Eckstein took that pitch and says, "Man, I should have swung at that." It's hard. You can't guess with Garcia. Sometimes he'll start you off with a changeup, and other times he'll start you out with a pretty good hitting fastball. McLemore in at third base for that fake bunt attempt.
Well, he's had the Angels guessing all night long. There's Mark right on the edge of that infield grass at third base.
You see him being a groundskeeper. He's taking care of all those little divots in the ground there and smoothing it out so he'll get a favorable hop.
Erstad does not go. Eckstein punches it up the middle. They've got a 4-3 double play. Garcia just remains magnificent against the Angels this year.
Boone says, "No problem, I'll take it."
A Consumer's Digest Best Buy. 5-star government crash test ratings. No wonder a million have switched to Dodge trucks. And with low 0.9 financing or $2,000 cash allowance on Dakota, this switch thing is really going to catch on. See, compare, drive, Dodge during the Team Dodge sales event.
In this neighborhood, if you need car repair, you call Roberto. And then Roberto usually calls us. We've been helping him earn his living for more than 15 years.
These people are like family to me, and the whole community trusts them with the safety of their cars.
I tell my customers everyone here believes this.
For the best service, the best selection, and the low price guaranteed, shop Cragen Auto Parts. Change your own oil and save. This week, get a case of Pennzoil Motor Oil for only 99 cents a quart after rebate with coupon.
To all those crazy people who make playing pro football seem like a sport for the sane, we dedicate the new Nissan Xterra with a heavy-duty aluminum roof rack, available interior bike rack, and of course Xterra's built-in first aid kit, and a removable gear basket for all your wet and dirty stuff. Because you know you got a lot of wet and dirty stuff out there. You know, maybe you ought to hop up there and let me drive. The Nissan Xterra, driven by Southern California.
Angels baseball is brought to you by Dodge Different. See your friendly Southern California Dodge dealer today. And by Miller Lite. Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time. Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler with you at Safeco Field. Ramon Ortiz hasn't pitched badly as he's given up 4 runs, but 2 were really gift-wrapped in the second inning on 8 hits to Seattle through 7.
He's battled. He's done a very good job tonight.
His only problem, he has pitched in the same night as Freddy, the Angel dominator, Garcia. Freddy Garcia owns the most career wins among active pitchers under the age of 25. He has 42 wins in his career, which started in only 1999. Here is Mark McLemore. Garcia turns 25 on October 6th.
They got a couple sacrifice flies by Olerud and Edgar Martinez that were, you know, soft fly balls. The hardest hit ball was the first pitch of the game. Ichiro smoked it off the backside of Ortiz. I mean, that's the hardest hit ball.
Half of the hits, of the 8 hits that he has given up, now 4 of the 9 hits he's given up haven't left the infield. But McLemore comes through, and Mark has been on for the second time. He walked in the 6th and scored, and now a leadoff single.
That's the second ball hit tonight, well struck by the Mariners.
They've had the leadoff guy on 6 of the 8 innings.
And again, this plays into their hand. You got McLemore, Ichiro, both at the top of the order who have speed. McLemore, short, quick swing there. Just took it up the middle. McLemore, he can steal bases, and Boone loves that. Man on first base going to get some fastballs like that. And Ortiz is hoping he can hit that spot every time. That's outside corner. Almost unhittable, especially mid-90s. Ortiz still with that good velocity going.
Boone is struck out, flied out, reached on that infield hit. Ground ball, should be 2. Nieves juggles it, and they will only get 1.
There was this, he couldn't get the handle. Now he just nonchalantly kind of flips it. No look flip to Eckstein. He couldn't get the handle on it. And look at the no look feed. It's a good salvage. They got 1 out of it.
Now Edgar Martinez. Edgar drove in his 107th run in his last at bat, that sacrifice fly Rex was talking about, when the M's loaded the bases in the 6th inning with nobody out, and then back-to-back sacrifice flies by Edgar and Olerud. Upstairs, 1-1. Bart Miatic, who led the Pacific Coast League in saves this year with 27, now warming up in the Angels pen.
Bobby Ramos, bullpen coach out there, letting him know about the situation he could be coming into.
Good pitch by Ramon as he went away with either the changeup or the slider. Looked like change at 82 miles an hour. And Edgar way out in front, and you rarely see that happen.
Perfect spot. Right on the outside corner and low.
To center field and deep. Erstad backing up, pulls it down, and back to first base goes Brett Boone.
I'm impressed with Ortiz. He's hanging in there. I mean, the first pitch of the game got hit. He got hit pretty good.
Right off his backside.
Right, and he's been able to hang in there. He, didn't fluster him, didn't rattle him.
How about that? Only 92 pitches, and he's almost through 8 innings.
That's what I'm saying. This young man here is learning every time out on what it takes to win, and that's to carry your team deep in the game. Hope for some run support if you're not facing Freddy Garcia.
Well, the Angels have to change that offensively. As Mike Scioscia has said many times this year, we are an offense that has to learn how to beat good pitching. He says that's what we have to do. They will have lost 5 consecutive games to Freddy Garcia, and to go 39 2/3 innings and allowing only 2 runs is way too much. The Angels way down in every single offensive category from where they were 1 year ago. And this has really been a magical season for Seattle. Very few injuries, but everything seemed to fit after the losses of Johnson, Griffey, Rodriguez. Stride.
Angels will see Rodriguez and the Rangers coming up here in this next stop.
Games on KCAL on Friday and Saturday. The Halos go to Oakland. Down the left field line for a base hit. Olerud with his 2nd hit of the game. Anderson gets it in. It's a double for John.
Classic example of not trying to do too much. He just took that pitch that was away from him and just raked it down the left field line for his 28th double. Chipped his bat, but it died a hero as that was a nicely placed ball. Ortiz's pitch counts down, but Scioscia's staying with him here with 2 outs. First base open.
And these are the times that Mike wants to see growth from Ramon Ortiz and how you get out of a jam. I mean, he's in the jam here. Runners in second and third, 2 out, and facing Mike Cameron, who's 0 for 3. Got him on a fly to right in his last at bat. Strike 1.
Ortiz now, 2 quick strikes. Just what he wanted. Work ahead of the hitter now, make him chase and hit your pitch. See what pitch Molina calls for.
Beautiful pitch.
You could see Molina on his tippy toes, though, waiting to not give away the location of that pitch he wanted. He moved outside at the last minute, and you do that because there's a runner on second base. Sometimes they'll tip location to the hitter. Watch him. He won't set up until Ortiz starts his windup.
Oh, that gets away from Molina. No advance by Boone at third. They'll throw to second, and they, barely back in time is John Olerud.
Molina heads up, on his toes, bouncing, blocking that ball. Olerud got a little too far off, and he wasn't afraid to throw behind the runner there. Look at him turn his glove properly, uses his chest, keeps it in front. Now look at Olerud. He's halfway down. Molina says, I'm going to get him. Evans just couldn't get it. Nice slide by Olerud, avoiding the tag. Watch how he goes around. Uses his body. Get out of the way of that and holds onto the base.
Glove never hit uniform. So now the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes, and Ortiz looking for the punch out there. Let's see what he comes back on. 2-2, and maybe Molina reminding him, hey, first base is open. You don't have to go right down Broadway to Cameron. Let's stay on the edges.
Even if he does, you know, the hitter's got to do so many things right to get a base hit. Sometimes you take your chances.
They do go to the edges, outside corner. A beautiful pitch by Ramon Ortiz. A changeup at 85 when Cameron was looking. Fastball.
As America mourns, we are reminded of the strength and determination of this great nation. In the days following the tragic events, we've seen tremendous examples of Americans pulling together to help. These are examples of compassion, courage, and solidarity. People working side by side from all walks of life, offering support and hope. Stand strong, stand tall, stand united. This is the spirit of America.
The longest-lasting full-size pickup on the road now comes with an incredible short-term offer. Get over $5,000 in finance savings on Dodge Ram Quad Cab, or $2,000 cash allowance, plus factory-to-dealer incentives which could save you even more. See, compare, drive, Dodge during the Team Dodge sales event.
You are on the run. We can help. Fly to Frankfurt and meet Frieda in the Café Friedrichstraße. She will have strudel.
I can't go to Germany.
But I thought you were a Frankfurter.
No, I'm a hot dog.
strike.
Wiener Schnitzel, America's most wanted hot dog. And now you can get a mouth-watering chili cheeseburger for the great price of just 99 cents.
David Rickey and Company, designers of complete wardrobes for the superstars of sports, entertainment, and business. Get the look. Call 1-800-546-SUIT.
Seattle with a 4-0 lead over the Anaheim Angels. Every Friday night, Anaheim Angels home game is a Big Bang Friday. Come on out and enjoy a post-game fireworks spectacular set to music immediately following the Angels game. Kick off your weekend with a bang with the Angels at Edison Field and Big Bang Fridays. And the next one will be, of course, against the Texas Rangers on the 28th of September. And, of course, with the postponements of last week's games, the Angels will close the season out with the Seattle Mariners and the Oakland Athletics at Edison International Field in October. Here is Garrett Anderson. And he takes a strike, and the count goes 1-1 as Freddy Garcia tries for his second complete game shutout of the Angels this year. In his last start, he only went 8 innings and shut them out on a 3-hitter. Anderson pops it up. Freddy Garcia's numbers unbelievable. 40 innings, 2 runs allowed against the Angels on only 9 walks and 19 hits.
30 punch-outs.
But he's lost 5 times. So someone has beaten him this year, and the Angels have to find a way to beat this guy if they're going to contend in the American League West next season. If you're going to be the best, you have to beat the best. Here's Troy Gloss. Ball 1.
In the 9th inning, Oakland's got the lead against Texas, 6-5.
So Seattle cannot clinch the American League West tonight if Oakland wins. Even if Seattle wins, the magic number would be 1. Seattle could clinch tomorrow as Jamie Moyer goes against Scott Schoenweiss. Texas game, Alex Rodriguez has hit his 45th home run, but the A's leading 6-5 in the 9th. Up and in. Garcia's strikeout high this year is 8, and he has done that 4 times. Twice against the Angels.
Ooh, man, what a play. That ball had some hair on it. She did a nice job of staying in front of it.
High fives all the way around, nice, and a big smile by that young lady.
Way to go. Tough play. Made it look easy. Watch it. Turn this ball into a marshmallow. Look at that. Good form. Look at that. Great stab. No problem. Nothing to it.
And look at that serious look on her face. Now she gets his little smile.
That's awesome.
Had it all the way. He walks Troy Gloss with 1 out in the 9th inning. The most pitches by Garcia this year, 126, and he did that against the Angels back on April 14th. Lou Piniella hasn't let him go that many, through 116 in his last start against the Angels through 8 innings.
Don't like their pitchers to go over 115, especially over 120. Late in the season like this, you're already thinking playoffs, especially Lou. Want to overwork your horses.
Popped up, left side. Mark McLemore for the 2nd out. So Freddy Garcia just 1 out away from his 2nd complete game shutout against the Angels this year, and without a doubt he is our Carl's Jr. superstar of the game. The crowd rises to their feet on an emotional evening in Seattle, Washington. An emotional week throughout America. Hopefully the healing has begun. Jim Salmon takes strike one from Garcia. And usually this crowd is in a wild fervor with the excitement, the success of the team this year. But the unbelievable tragedy of 1 week ago today has really brought a somber mood to this sellout crowd at Safeco Field. Strike two. Earlier the crowd was chanting USA, USA. Right now they are chanting Freddy, Freddy, as Garcia and out away of the shutout.
He'll lower his already league-leading ERA 2.98 to down to the twos, even lower.
1-2. Mariners trying to go 65 games over 500. Salmon tried to check his swing. He went around. And Garcia on a dramatic night at Safeco Field in Seattle with a complete game shutout of the Anaheim Angels.
Another unbelievable performance by Freddy, working his fastball, curveball, and changeup. Only gave up 3 hits. Ortiz did a fine job himself. Gave up 10 hits, stayed in the game, went the distance.
Freddy Garcia now 5-0 against the Anaheim Angels. We'll come right back to close it out.
AAA's Top Choice, a Consumer's Digest Best Buy. 5-star government crash test ratings. Just right. And just plain smart. Now with thousands of dollars in finance savings or cash allowances from $1,500 to $2,500. See, compare, drive, Dodge during the Team Dodge sales event.
Wow. I know. She's gorgeous. Oh, dude, her candle went out. Oh, watch this. I saw this in a movie once.
Want to get noticed? Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
That wasn't in the movie, was it? No.
With summer here, electricity may be in short supply, and rotating blackouts can make getting around the Southland a bit tougher than usual. So here's some advice from Chipper, our traffic safety mascot. Be careful when you come to an intersection where the traffic lights aren't working. Look both ways before you enter the intersection and make sure traffic comes to a complete stop before you step off the curb. Chipper says, let's work together to get through the summer safely.
A message from the California Highway Patrol and Southern California Edison.
Lincoln Navigator. It chews up narrow, rugged roads and spits them out. In a refined, elegant way, of course. And now at the Lincoln Invitational, get 0.0% financing on every single 2001 Lincoln. Plus, Lincoln will pay your first month's payment when you buy or lease. The Navigator from Lincoln.
He's always hustling you out of your RX. Fine, then he can just schlep 3 kids and a dog. What, you're out in the rain with no vehicle skid control? Tell him to get his own RX 300. With the Lexus Value Package, he'll get a 6-disc CD auto changer, power moonroof, and leather trim seats and still save $1,500, which he can just spend on you for a change. Phew, I gotta cut back on those double espressos.
Ask about the RX 300 Lexus Value Package at your Southern California Lexus dealer.
Here, man, try this shake. It's thick.
It's warm. Hey, that's a fake shake.
Hi, I'm Jack, and this is my friend, Larry the Crime Donkey. Don't do fake shakes. Keep it real. Demand real ice cream shakes, like my Frosty Strawberry Banana Shake made with real fruit. Take it from Larry the Crime Donkey. Don't be a sucker. Say no to fake shakes.
So, as you can see, no one is to use the cable modem between 3 and 10 p.m. These are peak usage hours, and it moves slower.
Oh, when can we use it?
Good question, Greg. Barbara.
From now on, you go to bed at 5 p.m. and wake up at 1 a.m. to avoid cable modem slowdown. Greg, your slot is from 1 to 2. Cindy, you've got 2 to 3.
Hey, 2 to 3?
Yeah.
There is a better way to get online. Pacific Bell DSL Internet. We're on it. Get $10 off for 3 months.
Angels baseball has been brought to you by Nissan, driven by the Home Depot, proud sponsor of the Angels. By Southern California Edison, who reminds you to please use energy wisely this summer. By Carl's Jr., without us, some guys would starve. And by your Southern California Ford dealer. See your Ford dealer today. The final score, Seattle beats the Anaheim Angels 4-0. Garcia with another outstanding effort. He leads the American League in earned run average, now at 2.85. Ramon Ortiz with an 8-inning complete game, but he just pitched on the wrong night against Freddy Garcia. Our Lexus play of the game, Rex, on such an emotional evening after 1 week ago today, the tragedy in New York, the support by Seattle, showing their patriotism in this country.
No doubt. It was awesome. Seattle put on a great show. Pre-game, anthem, God Bless America, Amazing Grace, and the 7th inning stretch was awesome, and KCAL showed you that. It was a real emotional night. And regardless of the outcome, win or lose, I think everybody's just happy to be back in the game. You won't see too many excited people here, and you haven't, and you won't see too many people down. They just try to entertain the people and bring it back to you.
Yeah, I think I said it earlier. You can grieve alone, but you must heal together, and maybe this is part of the process, the getting together of family and friends, 50,000 tonight, and the healing process for the country, maybe starting in Major League Baseball.
Yep, and the Angels, they're going to get back on the board. They're going to have to beat a tough southpaw and Jamie Moyer tomorrow night, but you won't see them again on KCAL 9 until this weekend when they head to play the Rangers in Arlington.
All right, it was game 1 of this 3-game series. The Angels will fall 4-0 to Freddy Garcia and Seattle. We'll be back to wrap it up after this.
AAA's Top Choice, a Consumer's Digest Best Buy. 5-star government crash test ratings. Just right. And just plain smart. Now with thousands of dollars in finance savings or cash allowances from $1,500 to $2,500. See, compare, drive, Dodge during the Team Dodge sales event.
You know, most people don't know that at Del Taco, we slow cook our beans for 3 hours. It's how we make our 99-cent half-pound bean and cheese burrito. Freshly grated cheese and slow-cooked beans for just 99 cents. You know, this reminds me of when I first started at Del Taco. Slow cooking the beans and doing the robot. Slow cooking the beans.
Nice moves, bro.
Doing the moonwalk. Back to the beans.
Sweet.
Slow cooking the beans.
Smoking is macho. It's sexy, you know. Let's face it, sporting events, racing. Yeah, everything went great. We got the car through next year.
Racing events are very important. They get a huge crowd of young people.
I know it's a lot of money, Tom, but we're not just buying logo space.
They watch these sporting events on TV.
Tom, look, I mean, remember how we're not supposed to advertise on TV? Well, this car is like having a 3-hour television commercial every time it races. Yeah, the kids love racing. Back on TV. Okay, I'll talk to you when we get back.
Come on, spinners! Hup.
The spinning craze is big, but what's even bigger
Come on, spinners!
is the big spinning craze.
Scratch it and scratch it and celebrate and celebrate.
The improved Big Spin Scratchers from the California Lottery.
Yes! Come on, scratch it and scratch it. Take it left and scratch. and celebrate and celebrate. Yes!
There's $17 million in instant prizes of $25 or more.
Count that money, feel the burn.
Plus a chance to spend for $3 million on TV.
Woo!
It's about the first time you put on a uniform. It's about discovering the spirit of the game at an early age. It's about giving 110%, because that's the way the game is played. It's about living a child's dream and playing the game you love.
Darren Erstad continues his...
Your Anaheim Angels. It's about baseball.
With summer here, electricity may be in short supply, and rotating blackouts can make getting around the Southland just a bit tougher than usual. So here's some advice. At railroad crossings where signals aren't working, bring your car to a complete stop. Turn off your radio so you can hear the train's horn, and look left and right to make sure a train isn't heading your way. Cross the tracks only when you're sure it's safe to do so. Let's all work together to get through the summer safely.
A message from the California Highway Patrol and Southern California Edison.
The Seattle Mariners beat the Anaheim Angels 4-0 in Game 1 of this 3-game series, so the Angels only ended up with 3 hits tonight. But we do have a winner at our 9th hit online contest brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Log on to kcal.com to see if your name was picked. Join us again on Friday when the Angels take on the Texas Rangers. Game time is 5 o'clock on the West Coast. Stay tuned now for KCAL 9 News coming up next. You've been watching Angels Baseball from Seattle, Washington. God bless this beautiful country.
Far spacious sky.